one filthy diff, one tub of Pour 15, we have gloves on, we have hot water, we have natty looking brush connected to a natty looking bottom pump sat in the bottom there. This is where I find if there's any holes in my degreasing form. Okay. Ooh. There we have one destroyed bush. One of the things about this is how awkward it is to hold. So I've delicately popped it into this rather significant vise. And I'm going to try pulling the metal elastic bush out using a socket. So I have to persevere. Now these sockets are about the same length, so that should be nigh on through soon. Quite careful, because it could suddenly do ba-doing! There we go. So that's the rubber bush pressed out the metal sleeve. Excellent. That's a bit tighter that side. I am tempted just to stick a little bead of weld in there, because that'll shrink everything down. Alright, two big blobby welds. Tap gently with hammer. We have one diff. We have one removed metalite bushing. I cheated a bit, ran some beads of weld. I had sliced part way up the shell to shrink it on down, and that came out a treat. While I was cutting through that one, I popped the other one back in. The idea being to protect the bore, so didn't get damaged. There's a number of things I've got to do with this, but my primary thing I'm going to do to it today is just give it a little bit of a paint job. A few thin coats are better than one slather all over coat. So the thing I usually forget is to start as far away from you as possible, so you minimise the chances of putting your hand on the paint. You can hear the rain bashing against the steel door. It is proper grim out there, but then again it's Halloween, it's meant to be proper grim out there. These pieces here I will, because these are both coming out, get the bearings and seals replaced, and I'll probably paint them carriers while they're off. Okay, so the diff needs the seals changing here, here and here. There's movement. Okay. I'm using the have every tool that you own on the bench at the same time sorting out technique. One circle clip. Now that is obviously never going to just fall off there because that's a press fit on there. Oh god, yeah, that seal sounds horrible. Here are some bits of a lovely new bearing puller. It's got two sizes. This being the smaller of the two. Now, the theory is, you tighten this up, these pull together, this comes up, and then obviously you can, once you've got a decent grip of it, you then use the puller to pull it all the way off. One thing is, storing a lot of energy in this thing by doing this, putting things under mechanical tension, and when things go under mechanical tension, they on occasion will be known to break. That being the case, there's a possibility I might damage my vision. So, safety glasses. Now I'm going to try put these little puppies on here. Just a bit upside down. They're running that quite easy. The idea is if they actually hold the puller so it can't turn. Oh, that sounded good. It's quite a satisfying like clunk as it starts to release. And there it is. That's worked a treat. The old bearing, to be fair, is in damn good condition. Hoffman, England. Very rare thing. Might have as a desk ornament. So yes, that is definitely worth the money I paid for it in just that moment. Excellent. So here we have the shaft, the seal cap, and the rest of the shaft. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dot mark on there, and the little dot marks a matcher on here. And then I'm going to do no dot marks on the other one. Okay, so that came off nice and easy as well. Ugh. That seal is definitely, well, it's definitely earned its money, let me put it that way. So I'm going to clean that up and give it a coat of paint. But now is the important bit. What condition is the shaft in? I don't mind a bit of discolouring. What I don't want is any ridges. And that is absolutely beautiful. Encourage that out gently with a hammer. And this isn't a careful because you want to keep this piece. This is a just get it out of there. Undestroyed seal. So, it's like new. Right, spray booth. Now, the air's pretty thick with that stuff at the minute, so I am going to run away. So here we have a nicely retained flange, and I'm hoping that'll hold still enough that I can get this out, counting the turns, so when I put it back in I can do it up to perfectly match. Let's see how that goes. I have a dot on the end of the shaft, and I have two dots on the castellations each side of where that goes in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Say 8.5. 8.5. I'm going to write that down so I can't lose it. I'm going to go find a pen. So there we have the castellated nut. A washer in here. Yes, there is a washer in there. Clamps are in the way. and it comes off. So I didn't need to put that together. Hoover's grease, see without an animal. That's the replacement. It's not very deep, so there is a lot of that left. It's quite tenacious. That's working. Ha! Well, looks dead, smells dead. I'm putting that one down as dead. I don't want a bit on my finger. In and flush like this. You're going to get a little clean up and a dash of paint so it's all pretty. So this has been fully cleaned up and painted and it's all pretty now, and there's just a very light coating of oil on this spigot and a very nice shiny new seal. I'm now going to try to press a bearing, a shiny new bearing in fact, onto this thing here. I've made a pressing tool, which is a piece of rather tough steel, and I have a very big vise. That has a shoulder press up to. Which I did. Perfect. Now I'll have the little natty clip. Which I need something slightly bigger than my fingers to press on. Perfect. One done. So now this should go in here. Fingers crossed. One side done. Nice and tight. And there we have a diff with changed seals on it. Then we have these bushes. They've got a nice little taper on them. So if I push the middle out, so there's somewhere for the material to go, And get a bit agricultural at it, I think. As before, a little bit of hand soap. So this is either going to go in, or it's going to be a right pain in the backside. Bit more grip. Tap. That's it. That's one done. Lovely. So I'm going to try and lift the diff in now.
Look at this.
Ably hindered by my offspring. So there'll probably be a lot of edits, as I'm probably going to spend most of the time running around. Got these lovely poly bushes.
Yeah.
Thinning down. See if I can pop them on and see if they stay there. So far,
What?
this is impossible to do with a 7-year-old.
Hi.
Can you bring me a hammer, please, Jack?
Wow. Well, yeah. Well, the biggest hammer was.
Just a hammer. It doesn't matter how big it is. That's perfect.
Thanks.
Right, nice and careful so you don't knock things off. And we'll give this a bit of tappy tap. Ready?
Yeah.
Tappy tap. Right, so that now goes through. So now I can jostle this about, which hopefully get a bolt in. Because this is heavy. Oh, heavy.
Trying to pick it up.
Right, that's one. Oh.
It got right in.
Got two in. You like the spanners there, Jack?
Love it. Oh, more than us. Not me. He's my dad. Now.
Oh.
Where did they come from? The fire things. Tiny fire.
Pardon?
The tiny fire they told us come from.
I think it'll fall off. That still needs to be done up tight. So I've got to do those up tight, I've got to do those up tight, but the diff is in the car. That was hard. Still got one stud to find, which will be there. Having fun, Jack?
Yeah, a load of fun.
Good.
This is the life.
Did you just say this is the life?
Oh yeah.
You'll find it's meant to go that way, not that way. Extreme pressure multigrade gear oil. Suitable for use in front and rear differentials. Where, and then it gives the exact name of it, is recommended. So where it's recommended to use this oil, you can use this oil. It's good to know. Thanks, shop.
I've got the 5/8 one.
You've got the 5/8, have you?
And I don't know what that's called.
What was called?
What did you say? Or the 5/8?
Have you took the 5/8?
Yeah.
I need it. That's why I went and got it. Could you bring back the 5/8, please?
Oh.
Because that helps do this up. Look, goes on like that.